What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. We're gonna start this video off with the rare good news that YouTube has done something right for a change. If you're hitting that join button and spending your hard-earned money on this channel at $5 a month, you now finally get access to the emotes in the comment section down below. I know the badges started appearing, but now OK Boomer, Go, Eater of Millions of Dollars, and all the rest work in the comment section, and that Eater of Million will actually help me tell when you're talking about market moves in the comment section. That being said, only spend your money on this channel if you have everything lined up. You're able to take on an emergency like a car breaking down or, you know, a medical thing happening. If you're wondering about how you're gonna get next week's food or bills, don't even be tempted to. Just take care of yourself first, as always. That being said, let's go ahead and do a giveaway back to you guys for using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. All you gotta do to enter this giveaway is, first step, like this video. Interaction's important. Second step, be a subscriber and have those settings public. I am not going to give it to someone who is not at least following the channel. And it's like 30% of you guys watching are not subscribed by my analytics. And third, in order to win these packs of Jaden Sleeves, one lucky person in the comments is going to win these. Let's say, what is the reprint you hope to see most in Gold Series upcoming? It's been pushed back, it's been delayed, but what reprint are you hoping to see happen the most? For me, I think the Blackluster Soldier Link would be an excellent one, and I hope it does get a reprint, but it may not. It's really weird when we come to Battles of Legend reprints, but that's my pick. What is yours? That being said, let's get into today's market watch, starting with people looking at the ban list for investments. Super rare Performer Pal Crobat Joker. Well, he is getting bought out for his OTS version towards $3. That's the cheapest you're finding him, quickly towards $4. Now, the weird thing about Skull Crobat Joker is he has multiple super rare versions. I do think if it came off the ban list in any capacity, 1 or 3, yes, he could spike immediately to 8 or 10, and if you had your stuff listed on market as it peeled off, maybe at $7 or $8, you might make some sales, but there's a competing super rare version out of Pendulum Evolution, and a lot of people take this set as a joke. So for just 40 to 50 cents and many under $1, you have your chance still to get a hollowed out version. But I do suggest having, for longevity of people looking at past formats, they're getting more popular, and people love talking about Full Power Pepe. Wow, that went so fast, there's so much to do with it. Full Power Pepe is so cool. It is something to keep around, and the OTS version will probably stay higher, but you can get yourself some super rares very, very cheap if you want to play penny stock investments. My personal opinion, though, when dealing with Banlist Speculation, it seems like Konami, as we headed into Master Rule 5, wanted to really choke out and restrict Pendulums hard for returning players to not have to deal with them, and also just kind of that overall hate towards Pendulum. I think Pendulums are fine. I think they're perfectly acceptable, and Skull Crobat could come off the list, but will Konami do it? Big question mark. The more realistic reason to go for this is if you're thinking about past formats getting popular in the future. Also, I couldn't resist 420 Blaze It. I told you guys to get Bardiche around $1. It's still heavy speculation, but we have seen Konami specifically peel off cards to sell new sets. We know it's Phantom Rage with Phantom Knights, and with Orcust really hurt, Konami could try to, oh yeah, this +3 is perfectly fair, peel this off the list. We'll see what's happened. Crazier things have happened, but that's the ban list speculation of the day. 2 price hikes that this keeps going up. It really does. Next up, y'all need to stop horny posting. I'm bonking you. Maiden of the Aqua. This is one of those cards, yes. Little John Moore would hide in his closet from mom and dad and pull it out and be like, oh yeah, I was 14, by the way. Wow, those are some big bazingas. Look, man, I understand. Times are hard during lockdown. You're getting lonely, but really, you're gonna buy out this retrain that just becomes Yumi on the field? I get, it's probably, you know, pretty wet. I don't know what you're thinking, guys. I really don't know what you're thinking. Even the unlimited version of this has gone towards $6. If you have this, list it. Try to sell it. It makes absolutely no sense at all. There's no collectability other than y'all are trying to waifu tax a very old common that has 2 versions that could just end up in speed duels at some point. Speaking of waifu tax, Dark Magician Girl Delart, continues to be the talk of the town. You're getting some motivated sellers with low feedback, even entering the scene just because they were able to get this with product. I think you will see people try to sell for around 50. A lot of Facebook vendors are selling at 50 to avoid TCG player or eBay fees. But man, are people seeing this as a long-term investment? And again, with people wanting full binder pages of this, with this being shorted towards other large, it's only going to be out for 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get too many opportunities to get her under 50 unless there's just a huge panic and people start selling this. Also, there's like a misprint one on eBay that's like towards 300 with no name sealed. That's pretty crazy as well. Today on Dragoon Watch, Dragoon is not dipping too hard. We have one motivated seller that, oh, he's gone. There was somebody with a $42 one as I loaded my tabs for Market Watch. Well, now it's all 45 plus again. This card is really digging its heels in the sand because there's no promos to bleed value, and you're only seeing 1.44 of these per 12 tins. That is not the greatest ratio. Also, Extravagance, the secret rare, rising in price pretty fast. It's still over on eBay, pretty affordable around the $22 mark, comparably to this. And now the ultra rare I've seen at $18, $19. So it's like I said, the ultra rare is taking the dip. This is considered the higher rarity now, but you have more listings than last time we looked at it, I believe, with 44 listings now. Despite, it's like people were waiting for this, which is smart if they were, to get a couple extra bucks out of it. I shop around. Don't just take the highest price. Always shop both, even though you might want to support me using that TCG player link. Get the best deals for you always, guys. The rest of the set, however, is really balancing out. There's a lot of low price cards that have the potential to go up over time and several that have rebounded up a tiny bit. I've been asked a lot, when do I get no materials? Do you think it's a good time to get no materials? You're spending under $5 on the playset. At worst, it goes down to where you get it $3 at the playset and it has a lot of potential to go up. I would make your investment sooner than later if you're looking at things like mining or no material, but sign-up mining is also something that could end up in a future structure deck down the road. Who knows the future with that and what reprints they'll redo, as Konami often likes to go, that reprint was so good, let's do it again. Bottomless Trap Hole Gold Series is completely sold out on TCG Player, even the damaged copies. This is a little baffling to me. Maybe people think that with the new Gold Series, there will be a resurgence in looks at past Gold Series technology. This is a decent card in Yu-Gi-Oh! History, but I don't think there's a lot of nostalgia towards the gold version. And you have other versions. I believe there's like a secret rare at this point. Like, I don't see this as the best buyout that's going to give you sales rates. Yeah, you have a ultra rare directly, you have a secret rare as well, you even have another Gold Series version. The old gold getting bought out is a little perplexing to me, but some mad lad had to do it, and maybe it's big galaxy brain with Gold Series coming out. What do you guys think in the comment section down below of this? I think it's a pretty bad buyout, but maybe. Inzektor Hornet was completely bought out on the market to where only the $50 listing was there. Now we see somebody with 9 at 12. People are reluctant to put this back up as they're looking and going, bzz, bzz, Inzektor support, bzz, bzz. I think it's a really cool archetype in general. It does so much and does crazy amounts of combos, but $12, I feel like we'll get a reprint, you know, of this at some point rather than waiting around for it like this. Transcode Talker is up in price. T-code here is almost $3 solid now. You can see his market price was $2.32, but he's been going up. People are looking at this and saying, I'm using it in salad decks, I'm using it over here, and it's slowly going off the market. Just something to note, another structure deck card without a reprint, slowly going up, that has a lot of uses in rogue decks. Speaking of rogue decks, I think a pretty good penny stonk is Super Rare Grin Maju. He's under the $3 price point pretty solidly, and I think he's a pretty good grab in certain situations. Hey, Lucky Rubber Ducky, that's a stream regular. I see you here undercutting people on market and 100% on the sales. Nice! But overall, I think this is a good grab, and I'm a personal fan of the deck. This is his highest rarity, memes will not always be dreams, and Big One Punch can come back to the meta at some point, most likely. Azura Priest is going with those rolling goat buyouts we've been talking about. We see the lowest is 20 and then 30. It was just $5. You even see the price point a couple of weeks ago, and it got targeted a lot. I see there's a Facebook buyout group I'm a part of, and I saw people buy it from 5 to 10, and then people scrambled after the rest. I'm a bigger fan of the first Ed original, but those are also relatively gone off the market, and even finding unlimiteds at this point after the Hobby League buyout is a pain in the keister, and you see the lowest first Ed is by sponsor at 75. I wouldn't be buying that, sorry Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market, but I will say this would be my preferred version. A lot of people kind of considered this trash for the longest, and now it's attempting to go off the market. Speaking of high-end value, though, let's go and talk about collectible values during this time. Starlight Rares raised the ceiling of all prices on the market, especially when Apollosa went to 1,200, and people said, wait, it's harder to get this card near mint or that collectible near mint. Wow, this should be worth more. And then the stimulus checks were like fuel on that fire, and it burned the market up. The lowest morphing jar is actually by Adam Korn at $3,000 for a near mint. And we go to eBay and people are trying to juice for 8s in their slabs, like towards $6,000. Like, here's one at 4,000, granted. But then we see like several around here, and then we get to the BGS 9.5. Okay, that's a little special. And PSA 9s, not even 10s, not even 10s. This is mind-blowing where we're reaching to in the stratosphere with some of the most notable vintage cards. It's not going to be everything to the moon, sales rates are incredible, Lambos and all that. No, it's not like that. But for some of the most notable cards like this and DDS Blue Eyes, I truly do wonder where the ceiling is and where they will be in 5 years. But that's only for the things that are comparable to maybe the Black Lotus of Magic. When you look at Yu-Gi-Oh!, Morphing Jar and DDS Blue Eyes have their names in there, along with first edition LOB. Those are where I'd really think, if you're going deep into the market, where I would consider. And 3,000 for this versus, you see its market price, yes, it's inflated, but where will the train actually stop on the collector's market? It's going to be a long time before any kind of bubble pops. We're just in our second revolution of the actual price climbs. The first being GOAT format and then steady people looking at it. This is our second real explosion of the collector's market. Think about where the realistic ceiling of cards are, and then make your moves. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video. Comment what you would like to see reprinted in Gold Series in order to get this pack of Jaden sleeves. There's only going to be one winner. That's all I can do for now, but I look forward to it, and it'll be complete random RNG. No bias when it comes to those comments. So even if you want to hurt me and say Mystic Mine, please don't hurt me. It's going to be complete RNG on who wins. Thanks for watching, everybody.